it's about time we get to know the new man in charge. That's Charles Lee. After 2 stops along the way that resulted in championships, of course, I'm talking about Milwaukee and last year with the Boston Celtics. Now he's getting an opportunity to move 1 seat over and lead his own NBA team.
We're going to begin with Ashley in Auburn. Go ahead, Ashley.
Here in Auburn, the Tigers looking to carry that momentum from their win last weekend in Kentucky. Hugh Freeze and company looking for that November to remember.
Let's send things over to Ashley Stroehlein now in Starkville, Mississippi.
Thanks, Alyssa. Well, Texas A&M comes to town at 5-1 on the season, but more importantly, they're 3-0 in conference play. LaMelo, the Hornets came back from an 18-point deficit. What inspired that performance?
Before we start, shout out my dad's birthday. Pop's birthday, got the dub for him. You can start it off now.
Okay, happy birthday to Pops. All right, glad we got that in. Okay, all right, so now, other than playing for your dad tonight, what inspired that comeback?
I mean, just trying to win.
And someone this team also happy to have back, Cody Martin. We didn't get a chance to see him play very much. Got a little bit of time in that last preseason game, but how impactful do you think he can be?
I think he's going to be very impactful.
Connor Harrell is still adjusting to being the starting quarterback for North Carolina after taking over for the injured Max Johnson. The coaching staff says now that his first start is out of the way, they want to see Harrell be more assertive, step into a leadership role, and really hold his teammates accountable. Well, Brandon Miller told us before we drafted him that his GOAT was Paul George. Caused a lot of chaos on social media with that statement, but last season you saw there, he's reliving those highlights for the first time that he got to play his idol, reflecting on some of those memories from the game. I just caught up with Brandon Miller. I said, hey, you guys did a jersey swap. Where's that jersey? He's like, are you kidding me? It's hanging up right when you walk in. So he takes pride in doing that jersey swap. I said, well, what is it like to get to go against your idol? He's like, it's amazing, except this time, I'm going to go out there and play hard, but we got to get the win tonight.
Absolutely.
Ole Miss head coach Lane Kiffin went to the transfer portal, bringing in 4 offensive linemen, 2 of which played for Washington in last year's national championship. As for the team's top transfer, defensive lineman Walter Nolan, well, he's been so impactful per his teammates and coaches since he transferred here from Texas A&M that defensive coordinator Pete Golding is comparing him to former Alabama player and New York Jets star Quentin Williams. Today, we're finally getting a look at how all of these new pieces fit into Kiffin's puzzle. And guys, I have to tell you, speaking of the trenches, it's electric down here on the sidelines. LaMelo Ball currently leads the league in points scored in the 4th quarter. We need a rally from him right now, hoping to get some of that. Head coach Charles Lee said it's LaMelo's confidence in himself that really just exudes. It becomes contagious in the 4th quarter for the entire team. He said LaMelo has really inspired the play of everyone on the roster, whether it's LaMelo knocking down shots or creating shots for his teammates. Lee said they know they've got that guy, and it helps everyone to be better. They need that Melo Ball 4th quarter performance, guys.
Where's Ashley Stroehlein? She's somewhere in there.
Hey, guys, I'm hanging out with the Zoo crew right now, and one factor that we've heard about all week is this atmosphere here at Washington Grizzly Stadium. For Montana players, they've told me they know they can look to their fans right here and wave their arms. They're going to be on their feet, bringing the energy that they need. With the Hornets trail the Rockets by 5 after 1 quarter of play in their season opener. Brandon Miller up to 6 points on the night, leading the way for the Hornets as of now. I had a chance to talk to Brandon after shoot-around today. I said, what does it feel like to not be a rookie anymore? He said, I wasn't really a rookie last year. I said, B-Mill, you got to tell me what you mean by that. He said, I showed up every day ready to play. I was a sponge. I absorbed everything the coaching staff was teaching me, and what you saw was my ability to take that knowledge and have it translate on the court. But officially, not a rookie now, Dylan Eric. It's a joy to be back with you and the team here in Philly, and we're having a time. We went out and found us some cheesesteak. You went to see the Rocky statue earlier.
I did. Cheesesteaks are always good here.
How important was that last touchdown on offensive drive to kind of reset the tone as you head into the second half?
Huge. We've been pretty good 2-minute wise. We may need to just do that the entire game, every game. But that was huge. Give Wofford credit. We knew it was going to be that kind of game, but I mean, I've just got a list of self-inflicted mistakes that has allowed this game to be 21-9. But to be able to go down the field right there, overcome a sack, and get a touchdown before the half was huge.
And speaking of those self-inflicted wounds, how do you clean those up in the second half?
Just do our job.
We get a little excited.
Zach, quite the celebration going on, but for you to grow up in D3 football and to now be the quarterback at Cortland, leading this team to a D3 national championship, put it into words for me what it means.
It's everything. It's everything I ever worked for, man.
You're a busy man. You're hosting both daytime coverage and NBC's primetime in Paris. So I want to start with what it's like to be in that role. How do you balance your day and how do you prepare?
I think it's all of us who work the Olympics. We don't sleep much these 17 days.
Coach Elko, defensively, what does your team need to clean up here at the half?
Everything. We got to start playing defense the way we know how.
And offensively, only 55 rushing yards in the first half. How do you get the run game going? How do you feel about the future of where you're at in the booth and whether you're with the number one team or not, calling games next year?
I mean, all things indicate that Tom's going to come and do it. From everything that we've heard, everything everyone's heard. What that means for me going forward is yet to be determined. My goal, and Fox knows this from the very beginning, from the time I took the job, I said, I'm not taking this just content on being one of the crews. Like, I want to be the best crew. I want to be on the best crew and call the best games. If not, why I'm not going to waste my time. I don't have to do that.
Coach Kiffin, your starting quarterback, Jackson Dart, threw for 418 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, had a rushing touchdown. What are your takeaways from his performance tonight in the first half?
I thought he played really well.
Coach Skeeter, how do you adjust and slow down Green and Shingun in the second half?
Really got to compete on the glass, get rid of some of the second chance points, calm them down in transition a little bit, make them a little more uncomfortable in pick and roll. Just an effort level, let's raise our intensity and make it tough for them.
And we just got word that Brandon Miller is out for the second half of this game. How do you make up for his absence?
Everybody's got to contribute.
Your coaching staff talked about how this team had embraced the adversity. 3 straight wins now since your last loss. 2 games left in the regular season. What's your approach as you finish it off?
Number one, go 1-0 each and every day that we have to compete. It leads into the game. We have to go 1-0 each day, just stacking great days, allow us to all have the right mindset and be team-oriented. That's so important for our whole football team to be team-oriented, focus on the detail, just keep on going 1-0.
All right, Charlie, congrats on the win. Appreciate the time.
Roll Tide.